Hey guys, welcome to Crush Carb, where we crush carbs, not flavors. If you think going low carb means giving up your sweet cravings, then you're wrong. I have so many easy low carb dessert recipes to share with you that can help satisfy your sweet cravings, especially if you have a sweet tooth. These are so quick and easy to make whenever you're craving brownies or just chocolate. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you all my easy low-carb sugar-free brownie recipe. They're the most fudgy, rich, and satisfying low-carb brownies I've ever had, without the sugar and all those carbs. So my voice has been a little off this week because my throat isn't feeling that great, but that doesn't stop me from sharing this recipe with you all. So let's get started. So I have here in a bowl half a cup of oil. So I'm using olive oil. You can use any oil of your preference. I love to use oil when I'm baking because it makes your dessert very moist. When you're using butter, your dessert is not that soft and moist. So that's why I love to use oil. And to this, I'm going to be adding half a cup of chocolate. So these are chocolate wafers that are sugar-free. Mine are stevia sweetened. You can get whatever chocolate chips that you can find nearby in your grocery store. So I'm going to be adding this to the oil. So when you're melting this in the microwave, you want to do it in increments. So I like to first do 15 seconds and then stir and do another 15 seconds. You want to make sure you're stirring in between because otherwise you won't be able to tell if your chocolate is entirely melted. And eventually with overheating, your chocolate can burn. So you want to make sure that you do stir in between. So I microwave this for 15 seconds and I'm going to give this a mix. So as you can see, the chocolate has not entirely melted yet. So I'm going to throw this in the microwave for another 15 seconds. So I microwave this for another 15 seconds. Look how nice and melted it is. You want to make sure it is nicely melted. If you do need to microwave it again, you can do it for like another 5 seconds or so at this point, but you want to make sure that you don't overheat it. Alrighty, so this is nicely melted. So I'm gonna put this to the side. You wanna let this cool down just for about 2 minutes. So until then, I'm gonna be working on my dry ingredients. So I have here 1 cup of blanched almond flour. And to this, I'm gonna be adding 1/8 of a cup of cocoa powder. So that is half of 1/4 of your measuring cup. And this is the unsweetened cocoa powder. You want to make sure that you're not adding too much of cocoa powder because otherwise it will taste bitter, especially because this is unsweetened. So that's why you want to make sure you just do half of the 1/4 measuring cup, which is 1/8. And then I'm going to be adding a pinch of sea salt. Sea salt is really crucial because you want to balance out that sweetening. So you always need to have some sea salt in your desserts. And next, I'm going to be adding 2/3 cup of sweetener. So I'm using monk fruit. You can use any sweetener of your preference. Gonna mix all these dry ingredients up. Alrighty, so all our dry ingredients are mixed. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side. Coming back to our wet mixture here with the chocolate and the oil. So it has cooled down. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we're gonna be adding 2 large eggs. That is why it's really crucial that you cool down your mixture because otherwise, if you add the eggs in directly into that warm, hot mixture, then your eggs could get cooked and you don't want that. And now we're just going to whisk up your mixture here. Alrighty, so our liquid mixture is ready. So now we're going to be transferring our liquid mixture to the dry mixture we have here. Alrighty, now we're just gonna mix the dry mixture with our liquid mixture. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. My mouth is watery already. Like I would just want to eat this mixture just like this. Those that are vegan and don't do eggs, you can still make this recipe in any desserts that are made with eggs or make any recipes with eggs. So what you can make are called flax eggs. So all it is just 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal mixed with 3 tablespoons of water. So you're going to whisk that mixture, put it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes, and your flax eggs are ready to use for any recipe in replacement for eggs. Alrighty, so our batter is ready here. Look at that. Looks delicious. One last thing I'm going to add to my batter are chocolate chips. So I have here sugar-free chocolate chips. These are stevia sweetened, and I'm going to dump these in here. These are going to help make your brownies very fudgy and chocolatey. I love this. So make sure you do add this because this is going to make your brownies very delicious and going to take it to the next level. Going to mix this up. Alrighty, our batter is ready. So I have here a baking pan that's lined up with a parchment paper, and we're just gonna transfer the batter over to the baking pan. Alrighty, so we have our batter transferred here to our baking pan. You want to spread it out a little bit, but you don't want to spread it out too much. Well, it actually depends on how thick you like your brownies. I like mine a bit thick, so I don't want to spread them out too much. If you're fine with thin brownies or that's what you prefer, you can spread it out to make your more flatter. So now we're going to put this in the oven that I already have preheated at 350 degrees. You want to bake this for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer here for 20 minutes. Once my timer is off, I'm going to insert a toothpick to make sure it is cooked. So when you insert a toothpick, if your toothpick comes out clean, then you know that your brownies are nicely baked. If the toothpick comes out wet, then you know you need to give it about another additional 5 minutes. So our timer is done, so I turn off the oven. Look how delicious that looks. It smells so good in here. Oh my goodness. For me, my brownies usually just take 20 minutes. I do also still insert a toothpick in to make sure it comes out clean. Look at that. That's exactly how you want your toothpick to come out. It shouldn't be crumbly. You'll be able to tell that it's nicely cooked in the inside. So you want to let your brownies cool. So give it about 10 to 15 minutes to let it cool. As you can tell right now, as I'm touching it, it is very soft and oily as well. So you know it's not set yet. So it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for it to set and cool down, and then you'll be able to cut it up and eat it. So our brownies have cooled down. So I'm going to start cutting. I'm so tempted for this. This looks so good. There you go. Quick and easy low-carb brownies are ready. It was that simple and easy to make these, and they look so delicious. Let's taste. Oh my goodness, just look at that. Look how soft. You can just tell looking at this how fudgy they are. Oh my gosh. So delicious. You can tell those chocolate chips we added at the end to the batter really make these brownies more fudgy and rich, and it's so good. Oh my gosh. And what I really love about it is look at the melted chocolate inside. That's what happens when you add those chocolate chips at the end. Love it. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Crush Carb. Try it out and let me know in the comments below how you liked it. Until next time, let's keep cooking, experimenting, and as always, let's keep crushing carbs.